and welcome to the Monumental Mindset Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Q. Here we focus on tapping into your fullest potential to become our best possible selves. Each and every Monumental Monday, we will release a new episode with a word of the week and break down a monumental metaphor or phrase to incorporate in our daily lives that will enable us to live our best possible lives. If you are a fan of the show, please remember to subscribe and follow at Dr. Q the Coach on all social media platforms. Today, we will discuss our word of the week, forgiveness, and how to incorporate it in our daily lives. What does forgiveness mean? Forgiveness is a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment or vengeance towards a person or group who has harmed you, regardless if they deserve it or not. That's deep. We all hear this word forgiveness, and many people feel like forgiveness should be just given freely. Well, I am here today to encourage you to forgive yourself, to forgive others, to move forward in life. It's hard to continue to grow and it's hard to continue to move forward if you're walking around with pain and hurt that has been caused by someone else or a group of people over a period of time. How can you move forward when you have bricks on your back of hurt and pain? It's hard. So I want to encourage you to release that pain, release that hurt, and forgive. I was reading an article by a physician, Dr. Marmer from UCLA, and he was talking about the 3 different types of forgiveness. Now, I didn't really think about it this way, but when he broke it down, it really made sense to me. There are 3 types of forgiveness. The first that we're going to discuss is exoneration. And whenever we hear exoneration, we know that that is a complete slate, a clean slate to restore back to what it was before something was harmed or the pain or the hurt or the situation took place. So when you exonerate and you have a forgiveness mindset, someone did you wrong, you've realized like, okay, it's not necessarily someone's specific fault, or the person didn't know that they were hurting you, or the person took complete 100% responsibility and offered a sincere apology, and you decide to forgive them to move forward. Exoneration is giving them that clean slate, realizing that that relationship may be worth saving and fully allowing them to restore what it was or that relationship was before the situation that hurt and that pain took place. Exoneration would take place when a relationship is worth restoring and is worth having for you. So that would be the first type of forgiveness. The second type of forgiveness that Dr. Marmer described was forbearance. Now, forbearance, this one's a little sticky. And I say that because this is when you get that partial apology that, oh, my bad, but I only did it because you did this and that made me act in a certain way. That's not taking full responsibility. That's not owning your actions or the offender owning their actions. So that's what would be described as a forbearance. It's like, is that relationship worth saving? Maybe. Can it eventually go to an exoneration kind of forgiveness? Over time, maybe it could. But right now, it's more of a you harmed me or you hurt me. You didn't take full responsibility, but I value you as a person. So I'm going to move forward with you, but I know I have to watch my back. It's more of a forgive but never forget what it is that you've done kind of situation. So forbearance is a really, really sticky, I don't know if this is worth saving or not. Can you take full responsibility or not for what it is that you have caused? Forbearance is one that I know myself I have to work on because it's hard for me to forgive someone when they have not taken full responsibility for their actions or what caused that hurt or that pain. I'm okay with exonerating and giving a full slate as long as you understand what it is that you've done. You can take that full responsibility. Then I would be willing to move forward if I feel as if that relationship may be worth saving. The third type of forgiveness is release. Now, this type of forgiveness is for those of us who do not receive an apology. We do not receive any accountability from the person that harmed us. We do not receive any kind of recognition or acknowledgement of that hurt or that pain. Release type of forgiveness is important for those who maybe experienced childhood trauma or got burned by a business partner in a business relationship, and now they're hurt or they're left, without anything. Another kind of release forgiveness could be if that relationship really just not worth saving and you don't get that acknowledgement of what it is that that person has done to you. Release is forgiving so that you do not hold on to that hurt and that pain. Release forgiveness allows you to move forward and not have that hurt and pain dictate or control your life or your future. It doesn't cloud your judgment anymore. It doesn't take hold on you. You're able to fully be who you are and be happy and be able to look at life through new lens without having that hurt and pain at the forefront, living rent free in your mind. Release forgiveness is something that allows you to take back your control, allows you to continue to grow, and understand that you may never get the apology that you're looking for. This person may never acknowledge that they hurt you at all, but you are releasing that and forgiving them for yourself. I like release forgiveness. Release forgiveness can allow us to really heal from a lot of our childhood traumas that many of us do not even realize dictate our actions and our views in today's society and how you live your life every day now. So I just encourage you to review these type of forgiveness. Exoneration. Is the relationship worth saving? Has that person taken full responsibility? Forbearance. You hurt me, but you can't take 100% responsibility for your actions. Is it really worth saving? And if so, over time, can we have a full clean slate? Maybe, but only time will tell. And release, knowing that you may never, ever get that apology that you want. You may never even foster that relationship again. That can be you getting betrayed by a friend or a family member, you getting betrayed by a business partner or something that happened in the past. You may never see these people again in your life. You may never cultivate a relationship with them again. But you're releasing that pain and that hurt and forgiving them for yourself because you deserve it. We are in 2023. We are in the year of unleashing our greatness, tapping into our fullest potential. It's hard to tap into your fullest potential when you have someone else's hurt and pain that they caused you at the forefront of your mind. How can you tap into the fullest you when you are holding on from hurt and pain from the past? Let's become whole. Let's forgive others, but let's also talk about forgiving ourselves. We are human. Many times we beat ourselves up on a mistake that we have made or a decision that we have made. Oh my goodness, I'm such a bad person. I made this bad decision. Good people make bad decisions too. Sometimes you got to forgive yourself and knowing that every decision that you make, you're doing it because you feel as if it's the best possible decision for you at that moment. In retrospect, when you look back and you realize like, oh man, that was probably not the best decision, at least you acknowledged it. So now if you're confronted with another situation similar in the future, you know how to handle it. You can use that past decision to help you make a better decision in the future. That's what it's all about. That's what forgiving yourself is all about. Understanding that you are human. You may have made some mistakes. You may have made some bad decisions, but those decisions do not dictate who you are as a person. And they don't have to take control over your future either. So forgive yourself just like you forgive others. A lot of times it's easier for us to forgive others before we can forgive ourselves. I'm telling you to do both. I'm encouraging you to do both so that you can be whole, you can tap into your fullest potential, you can unleash greatness, and you can live your best life in 2023. No more baggage, no more bricks and weights on your shoulders. We are releasing that. It is time for us to fly. You can't fly when you got bricks holding you down. We will now move forward into our second part, which is our metaphor for our monumental metaphor on this Monday. Our metaphor for today, which is really more so of a phrase, but I felt like it went hand in hand with forgiveness. It is fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We would hear this saying a lot growing up, and even now, years later, we still hear this same phrase, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, I tell you, I bet you I won't be fooled a third time. This saying really just embodies what forgiveness is really all about. Forgiving doesn't necessarily mean that you are forgetting what has happened to you. You're not forgetting the situation or forgetting the pain. You're forgiving so that you can move forward. You're forgiving so that you don't have to worry about having all of that weight on you. But fool me once, it happened and I forgave you. Shame on you. If you fool me twice, if I forgave you and you do something again, oh, see, now that's no longer forgiveness. Now that's coming a repetitive thing. It's a pattern at this point. That means you don't care. Because if you cared and I forgave you once and I told you and you acknowledged it, you apologized, that means you're going to do your best to not do it again. But if you do it again, oh, that's fooling me twice. At that point, it's shame on me. That's when you sit back and you have to reevaluate the situation, reevaluate the relationship. Is this something that's really worth saving? Is this something that I really need to continue to give my time and attention? Is this something that I really need to continue to pour into? Because you fooled me once and now you fooled me twice. Are you willing to take that third time? Are you willing to allow that exoneration or forbearance type of forgiveness again? I don't know, but it's up to you to decide. No one can tell you when you have had enough but you. No one can tell you when to dissolve a friendship or dissolve a relationship, to remove certain people from your life, to do anything but you. It's up to you to decide. So if you feel like fool you once, shame on them. Fool you twice, shame on you. But you can take a couple more times to be a fool, then that's up to you. That's completely 100% your decision. But I will tell you this. Remember that you are showing people how to love you. Okay? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. If it becomes a third, fourth, 5, 6, 7 time fool, I don't know how much forgiveness I got for you at that point. So take that into consideration. When you are reevaluating or going through your relationships, people in your life, how you value that relationship, what they have to offer, are you cultivating and pouring into each other? That's important because that will help you determine if that relationship is worth saving when it comes to offering your forgiveness if a hurt or pain or injustice has been done to you. So, as we review and come to a close, forgiveness is not just about the other person. Forgiveness is truly about you so that you can move forward, so that you can continue to grow, so that you can become whole, so that you don't have to worry about walking around with that weight on your shoulders. It's hard to move forward when you got to drag so much behind you and you're dragging things from the past that you could let go. There are 3 different types of forgiveness. Exoneration, giving that clean slate. This relationship is worth saving. This relationship is worth more than just that one mistake. I will give you forgiveness and a clean slate because you've taken 100% responsibility for your actions. No excuses. It's no one else's fault, but you take that ownership and you offer that forgiveness. That's that exoneration, that clean slate. Let's try to restore back to what it was before the situation took place. Then you have that forbearance where it's a partial, it's a little sticky. You got to decide, is the relationship worth saving? If so, okay, I know how to move around you now. I know that, oh, this is my fault, so you can't take that full ownership because you have to put that blame back on someone else. It's a little sticky, but over time, if they show you that they start to take that ownership and that accountability, it can move to exoneration and you can have that clean slate again. But also remember that one of the most important types of forgiveness is that release. That release of that forgiveness that you may never get the apology or the acknowledgement that you're looking for. But you're releasing that pain and that hurt, forgiving those people for yourself, but not for them. Because you may not ever see them again. You may not even have that relationship again. They may have hurt you, burned you, and caused you pain. But you know that in order for you to move forward, you have to release that childhood trauma, that bad relationship, that bad friendship, that betrayal, whatever it is, release it so that you can become your best possible self, so that you can be whole and move forward. Because that's what we are doing in 2023. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't want to be more than a fool twice. But it's up to you to decide how much forgiveness you have in your heart and how much forgiveness that you have to offer. And you can forgive again and not have to have that relationship with that person ever again. The choice is 100% up to yours. But when you forgive, it's for you. And you don't have to continue to develop that relationship if you don't want to. Also realize that you are showing people how to love you. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope that you have a wonderful, magnificent, monumental Monday. This was absolutely amazing. Just meditate and practice forgiveness throughout your week, tapping into that fullest potential, releasing what you need to release so that you can be your best possible self. If you are enjoying what you are hearing, please follow, subscribe, and like at Dr. Q the Coach on all social media platforms so that we can interact and just have that relationship and camaraderie outside of the podcast. Until next time, always remember that the sky is not the limit because there is more out there beyond the clouds. Peace.